Okay, so here's some more hand drawings, since the last lot were quite popular. Here's this is how the thumb works, basically. This is a video on how the thumb works. So I get quite a lot of patients that come to me with deformities that look like this, which we call a swan neck deformity, and patients that come to me with this sort of deformity, which is a boutonniere deformity. But a normal thumb should have a posture where this joint, the MCP, the metacarpophalangeal joint, and the interphalangeal joint are pretty much equal. Whenever you pinch, a healthy pinch posture is when those two angles are the same as each other. So what we'd like to see is that healthy pinch posture, and I'll explain to you now how that can be explained in terms of how these tendons work. So basically we've got the extensor pollicis longus coming along here to extend this end joint, and that comes all the way down here from the third extensor compartment. A long thin tendon comes down here and it extends that joint like that. But you've also got a tendon extending this joint here, which is the extensor pollicis brevis coming along here. And that sits in the same first compartment as the abductor pollicis longus, and they slide differentially. When you do a de Quervain's release, you can see them sliding differentially when you abduct the thumb as opposed to when you extend the thumb. And that's trying to extend this joint here. And the abductor pollicis longus sort of attaches at the base here, but also then slips off to around this area, which basically allows it to come in this direction out like that. So that's your extensor mechanism. And then on the other side, you've got all the thenar muscles here. You've got the abductor pollicis brevis and the opponens pollicis. So the abductor to lift it out like that, and then you've got the opponens to bring it round this way, and then you've got the flexor pollicis brevis, which has usually got some sesamoids in it there, and then you've got the flexor pollicis longus through here, which ends up bending the end joint, and the flexor pollicis brevis bends this joint here, and then you've got the very powerful adductor pollicis across here, which brings it in, allows you to have that strength of pinch across here. Now, in order to get those two all coordinate together, if you have too much power, when you pinch, if you have too much power in your flexor pollicis longus, then it'll flex here, and if you're not using your thenar muscles, it'll collapse when you pinch into a swan neck deformity like that. And that'll cause forces at the bottom of the thumb which make it a bit unstable and make it wobble around. So a better pinch posture is like this, which involves contracting these muscles in the thenar eminence at the same time as contracting the flexor pollicis longus along here. And so keeping those two in balance is good. If you've got very strong flexor pollicis brevis here and the thenar muscles are strong and this is weak, then you'll pinch in a swan neck position like this. And when you're doing paper tearing, testing multiple sheets of paper tear, then either you'll go into this as you get to more multiples of sheets of paper, or you'll go into this posture, or you'll have a healthy posture like this. And then again, all of this also requires a balance in the long extensor to the thumb and the short extensor to the thumb, extensor pollicis brevis and extensor pollicis longus along here. And whether you're pinching in pulp pinch or side to side pinch will depend on the strength of your adductor, which is in here, and will depend on the strength of your abductor, which is along here. So that's how your thumb works. Basically, it's a balance of all of these flexors here working in slightly different ways, and all of these different extensors and abductors working in this direction here. So here's that up close, and you can see extensor pollicis longus, extensor pollicis brevis, and abductor pollicis longus, and then abductor pollicis brevis, opponens pollicis, flexor pollicis brevis, flexor pollicis longus, and the adductor pollicis.